Hello and welcome to the Jamie Scott Dog Owner Training. This is part 2 on my series of getting your dog to take you seriously through using the sit command. You can make your expectations perfectly clear to your dog, but if your dog doesn't take his lead from you, it's not going to make a lick of difference. This is why getting your dog to take you seriously is kind of a prerequisite to changing any dog behavior. In part 1 of this series, I went into more detail on this idea, and I also mentioned that you should absolutely not start with this technique for putting your dog into a sit if you are not 100% positive your dog would never bite you under any circumstances. There are better ways to start off getting your dog to take you seriously if you're in that situation. Today, we're going to talk about energy management, one of my favorite topics. Getting your dog adequate physical and mental stimulation on a daily basis is extremely difficult, but very important. I mean, if your dog's bouncing off the walls with pent-up energy, you're not going to be able to get his attention, yet alone get him to listen to you. It's not a reasonable expectation for your dog to be well-behaved or listen to you the first time you tell him to do something, or not dig up your yard, or not jump on your guests, or walk behind you on a loose leash. You're probably asking your dog to do something he's just not capable of doing. Jack really gets a lot of opportunity to get energy out. In addition to the walks and hikes and everything, and bike riding, I give Jack a bull stick, or I give him a pig ear every day. I give him a bull stick just about every other day. So he spends a good 30 minutes to an hour chewing, getting his jaws tired out, getting some energy out that way. Most dog owners don't have the luxury to do that, so it's a lot tougher for most people to provide opportunities to physically and mentally challenge their dog. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and a lot of people and trainers won't agree with me on this. I would say that it's basically impossible for you as a human being to tire your dog out. You can take them on, death march hikes and rides and everything, but that pretty much just challenges him physically and not mentally. And it takes both if you really want to tire your dog out, both mental and physical stimulation. And other dogs your dog doesn't know, can challenge your dog in ways that you can't. This is why I'm such a huge advocate of dog parks and daycare if they can be done safely. And it's very difficult to do those things safely. There's a lot of daycares that are really terrible. The surfaces that the dogs play on, the supervision, the other dogs that are around, they can be very dangerous. And the dog park can be very dangerous as well. But they can be done relatively safely. I have plenty of videos, blog articles. I talk about this a lot on my website, on my YouTube channel, everywhere. I get a lot of grief for this because a lot of dog owners just throw up their hands and say, well, it's not possible. I can't afford to give my dog a $3 bull stick every day, and I certainly don't have 3 hours to take him to the dog park every day. I relate. I sympathize, but you got to give your dog outlets for energy if you want to train, if you want him to be well behaved. It's just not a reasonable expectation to change your dog's behavior if your dog doesn't have a job or an outlet for energy, especially if he's a working breed dog, hunting dog, or a herding dog. I tell clients all the time, if you got a sheep dog and you don't have a sheep farm, you got a big problem, because those dogs are bred to run 20 miles a day and be fully engaged mentally while they're doing it. You can't replicate that. Before we get into putting your dog into a sit and how to do it properly, I want to make sure that it's a reasonable expectation for your dog to do that and take his lead from you and listen to you. That's why energy management is so important. That's what I got for you today. I'm on X now, linked below. Thanks for watching, and take care.